Hello, and welcome to a new video. Today, if you read the title for this, I am finally reading the next Berserk Deluxe Edition volume. And it's been a little while since the last one. It's just I can't fit it on my TBR and then I don't read them. But I am very excited to continue, even though last time when we ended off was absolutely heartbreaking and I'm not like emotionally ready. So I'm gonna sit here and try to finish this today. And it's a really nice light right now, but I bet it's just gonna get dark while I sit here, but it's fine. So if you don't know, I'm reading it and then I like tell you what's going on and then I have my reactions and it's a good time. So it's kind of like a summary with thoughts at the same time. Kind of like a vlog, even not really. I don't even know what to call these videos. But obviously, if you haven't read this far, I wouldn't recommend you watching this because I'm going to spoil the whole thing. But before we start spoiling, we can open it. I always save opening it for the video. I'm very excited. I know a new one got released just now. I think that's volume 12. Yes, I think so. So I have ordered that as well to keep on top of these. But oh, they always smell so good. But here it is, the beauty that is going to scar me forever. And I'm very excited. It's been a little while. Obviously, I remember, but I also I don't want to remember what happened last time because we ended on trauma. So if you don't know, this covers volume 13, 14, and 15 of like the smaller volumes, not the deluxe volumes. And we're starting with Storm of Death 1, which I was going to show you. But again, if you don't want to be spoiled, then you should leave. But here's the view we have. And the last thing we ended up with was the eclipse. All the demons came out. I think the band is marked now. A lot of them died. I don't know if all of them died. And Griffith is about to become like a terrible thing. And everything is going terribly. Nothing is going well actually. It was only terribleness since last time. And I opened to the first page and we have now a kid. So I'm gonna go and read that. I will be right back with you on the thoughts of Storm of Death 1. Storm of Death was kind of what I thought would happen. We have Sod, I don't remember his whole name, and the Skull Knight, I think, fighting. I don't know what's going on there. Then we see the Band of the Hawk, we see Casca, I forgot her name for a second, almost dying, but then like the other people in the band take her away because she's their commander now and they saved her. So we have that. And then we have the dude that was kind of like an ass guts. I literally don't know his name. This dude there. He's running away. And then he sees a lady with boobs that turns into a monster. And then I assume he's going to be devoured. Unless maybe Guts comes last second and saves him in the next part. Who knows, actually. But yeah, that's basically all that happened. So Casca has escaped for now. A bit like further away from like the main monsters. I don't know if they like escaped all the way around. Just with Judao. Yeah. Where's Guts? Where's Griffiths? What is going on? I am so scared for everyone. Look, I've been here like 5 minutes and it's already getting dark. Is this gonna help? I feel like I need more light to read. Just turned yellow. It's fine. So, I didn't say the chapter before I read it, but I guess I can also say it now. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, Storm of Death 2 now. So we have Casca running away with Judao. And then Judao dies protecting Casca. And it was actually quite sad. We just see Judao like kind of not ripped into pieces, but ripped apart. Goodbye. And then Casca is being like taken by all these like demon thingies, I don't know what to call them, and she's naked again. I mean, I swear she's been naked like the last 3 volumes. They just love to draw her naked. It's like fair. She's pretty naked, but geez, poor woman. And now we're gonna start the next one. What is the name of this one? God of the Abyss. Let's see if Guts can save Casca. I have a feeling it's not gonna be a good ad because we saw Guts. You know, not too long after this, I think, maybe, I don't know, actually. And we know that he's alone, but maybe Casca is somewhere safe, right? She is, right? To be honest, don't even know what's going on. So we just see Guts, like, killing, like, a billion of, like, demon thingies, fighting. Then we have Griffith in like a weird cocoon thingy. He's being transformed into whatever he wanted to do here. And then we see, I assume it's him, because it's not Guts, him like feeling all the deaths of all the Band of the Hawk. And then he goes like into the universe and just sees other bell hides and weird stuff, and then he see like a god, like a huge creature thingy. Maybe that's like out in the universe. To be honest, I have no idea what this was. It was a bit like too Yeah, but it's actually very pretty. Like, the art is gorgeous right now. It's like very sad, but it's so pretty right now. Seriously. So like the art in this is just unlike anything I ever seen. Always, I always get so impressed by it. I'm like, dang. But yeah, next chapter, Lifeblood, and let's see, get to kill more stuff. That's always fun. So I moved a bit over to get the light behind me when I read, and like my curtain is in the way, and I don't have like a curtain thing. Either way, so I read Lifeblood. The only thing that happened is that Guts fights more people, and then he falls down into a hole, and he sees everyone in the band of the Hawk being dead and gets sad. Then Gaston comes over to him and dies right in front of him. Like, his head explodes and this monster like outside of his head. Then Pippin comes over, and like the chapter ends, but like you can see what happens on the next page where like his body is chopped in two. So that's really great. I'm going out of in focus. I'm sorry. Next chapter is Quickening. Quickening. I think it's really nice. This is exactly how I thought this was going to be, and it's so cozy and nice. I'm so glad I decided to read this really cozy series. Yay! DC is actually too intense right now. So we have Guts standing there. Well, everyone has been dead. And you see Casca being held by these tentacles that has raped her and done gross things to her. And then he like obviously gets really mad, and like he starts attacking like crazy. And he's trying to save her. And then we see like these people standing on top of a hand, which is like, you know, they call the god hand. Makes sense. It's a big hand. And he looks up at them. And it's like no dialogue, just fighting and sadness. Yeah. Casca's still alive. For now. Starting birth. So I guess Griffith is going to be birthed now. Let's see. What is happening? What is happening? I'm not joking. So Griffith is birthed. He's like this winged thing. That's the whole thing. You know, it's called birth. He's like, he looks kind of cool, but now he's a demon king. This is him. Really nice. Very different look from like the gold boy we had. And Griffith is like stuck inside like a demon with his hand. He's stuck in his teeth. And then Griffith gets a hold of Casca and starts like touching her in intimate places. Kissing on her. I think they're having sex. I honestly don't know if Griffith has it. It doesn't matter. They're doing stuff. And Guts gets so mad. He's going like ballistic here. He's going berserk. And he rips his arm off. Like, he literally rips his arm off. And he literally looks like Casca is having an orgasm while Griffith is ripping his arm. I don't know, but that's what it looks like. I can't show you, but that's what it looks like. It's very bloody, very intense. So it looks like she's literally coming, and then his arm falls off. Like, I'm not even joking. And she's liking it. I honestly don't even know what's going on. And that was what happened this chapter. Guts loses his arm. Casca's being raped by Griffith in front of Guts. It looks insane. And that was called Afterglow of the Right Eye. Okay. We're having a good time here. Like, it's when I say it aloud, it sounds. I'm gonna continue. That whole chapter was just Guts watching Casca being raped. Whatever we call it. Like, yeah. And like we kind of censor Griffith's dick. So we kind of just see Casca being like super aroused into it. And maybe like his sons to the back. So it looks so strange. But okay. That was the whole chapter. Casca looks at Guts and is like, don't look. He's looking there like totally enraged, horrified, whatever words we're using. Then like the Skull Knight comes out of the sky all the way in the end and try to like attack one of the Demon Kings with his brains out, and then the chapter ended. And the next one is called Escape. So I assume they're gonna escape. Is Guts gonna escape? Is Casca just with Griffith? I honestly don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to theorize. Not terrorize. Theorize, that's the right word. But yeah, that was a sex scene I never expected to look. Can we even call it a sex scene? You get what I mean. I never expect that to happen like that. Ever. What am I even reading? Either way, let's see what this escape chapter will give us. escape was literally what it said it was. So the Skull Knight just comes in, owns everyone, grabs Casca and Guts and get them out of there. They are like both unconscious. And then he puts them in front of like a little boy. I don't remember his name. But he's just been sitting there and chilling the whole time. And he's just like, what about the Band of the Hawk? And the Skull Knight is like, they're all dead. Then Sod is there. Nosferatu Sod, I think that's his name. And it's like, oh, we're gonna fight again. And the Skull Knight is like, no, we can put this on hold. And I'm like, sure. So they're still like enemies, but they decided to not fight anymore that day. And then Sod was very interested that Gut survived for some reason. And then also the Skull Knight stayed on them permanently because it's not their time. They're not destined to die yet. And I was just like, okay, that's very convenient. But I mean, it's a bit like destiny thing to the whole story. I'm not a person who minds that kind of like convenience in the plot. I know some people might be bothered by it, but I don't really care. That was what happened. Fun. Way to escape. Bit convenient, but I like it. And now the next chapter is called Awakening to a Nightmare, which I'm sure what they will be doing, because everyone they know is literally dead except a young kid. And Griffith has turned into Demon King, so yay. And they are really hurt in different ways, so yay, let's go. This is actually terrible. I didn't expect this at all. So he just wake up, he is all bandaged up, but he's like, I mean, he survived, it's fine. And then he wakes up and he's like, where was everyone else? And they're like, you're all dead. You came out of the rear wheel with the Skull Knight. And then he's like, where's Casca, obviously? And she's like standing in the fountain again. What's with this author wanting to show off her boobs? Which is like, granted, we shouldn't, over sexual boobs. This is not a discussion for another day. But it's just like, if you're going to show her naked all the time, show the man naked too. Either way. And he goes over to her and is like, Casca. And she's like going away from him. And I was first thinking like, yeah, maybe she doesn't want to be touched by anyone right now. She was just raped by a demon Griffith. But then it turns out she doesn't have any memories. And losing memories is one of my least favorite tropes. Because I just don't like what it does to a story. Usually. So I'm not saying I hate it, I'm just saying that it's one of my least favorite tropes, so we should see how it plays out. But she doesn't remember him, she doesn't remember anyone, she thinks he's scary, she doesn't even speak right now. I don't think she can speak, but she's too scared. She only trusts a little girl named Erica, and the little dude that helped them is called Wickebert. And I just have to say it's funny that she's named Erica. I know Erica is also a Japanese name, but my best friend is called Erica. And every time someone is called that, it's funny. It's funny for me and no one else. Today, 2 small kids has been taking care of them. And they're like, I think Erica was like with the like, was it like a hammersmith, a smith dude earlier nearby where he had sex with Casca in the forest. So 2 volumes ago. Gus runs away out of there. They were like in the old cave thing. And he's running and he's crying and he's very upset. Yeah, that's how it ended. I'm upset with him. But yeah, next chapter is called The Sprint. Is it just being running around in the forest? Being sad? We shall see. Okay, it was like the shortest chapter in the world, and it was literally as I said. It was Guts running around crying. He loses all his bandages, starts bleeding from his wounds. He's literally just thinking back to the Band of the Hawk and all the people he lost, and he's very sad about it. We get this very, very beautiful shot of him like falling and being sad, but it was just, look at this. Like, you telling me that this is not stunning? Seriously? Like, wow. But either way, he's running around, and then we see, like, things showing up in the grass he's lying in, and I think it's, like, small demon ghosts, dead people, and then the Skull Knight shows up again and says, from now on, this is your world, the boundary between the mortal world and that of the dead. So I think, like, they have merged, like we saw in the future where like he gets attacked all the time. And maybe this is why he's not with Casca. Casca didn't die, but she can't remember anything. Maybe she'll get her memories back later. I don't know. It says in the beginning of the next chapter, like the first thing it says, which is called Vow of Retaliation, it says the boundary between the mortal world and that of the dead, the interstice. I don't know how to say that word. I don't know how to speak either. Knew that this was gonna happen. Everything is going to shit. So this is fun times. Let's see what's Vow of Retaliation is gonna happen there. Is that Guts taking revenge? We shall see. I don't know. He's probably not happy. Finished now with volume 13. Vow of Retaliation. It's literally again what it says. So Guts has been attacked by all these ghost things, and the Skull Knight is like, this is your destiny for the people with the brand of sacrifice, which we found out, all the way in the beginning. And they keep attacking him. He also gave him like a sword so he could cut them. And he's just like, I promise I will kill you all. Basically, he says like a long speech. I will find you all. And if this is destiny, I don't care. This is just war. Someone will be left standing and I will try to kill all of you. And then they all disappear and it's like, haha, I won. And then the Skull attacks, no. They just notice someone else, which is Casca. So now they're running on his horse, trying to get his Casca time, which I hope they will, because I don't want Casca to die. And now we're at volume 14. So the first one is called Demon Infant. Don't like the sound of that name. Oh, sorry, I saw the titles for the chapters, and it seemed like we are caught up with where we were in the beginning in this one. I'm not ready. Okay, what is Casca gonna die? That's all I need to know. Oh, I'm stressed out because I can't believe it, because like it starts out, you know, we've been in this flashback thing for like such a long time, and I'm gonna talk more of this after probably. Okay, I'm gonna go. Demon Infant, let's go. I was going to say as a joke, what if Casca becomes pregnant with Griffith? Not exactly what happened. They catch up with her. The demon thing around her doesn't attack her. She still doesn't speak, because she's crushing her tummy, and out comes a little demon embryo. Which means that she was apparently pregnant all along, which obviously that was Guts. But then Griffith attacks with her, so he inflicted that child embryo thingy and became a demon, and then it disappeared in the sunlight. I thought at first it died, but apparently it just traveled to a place near death, and they will see the child again. Excited for that when that happens. Casca's very upset. She still doesn't speak. He's trying to support her. And then the Skull Knight leaves and is like, oh, if you hunt the things, follow your brand. And yeah. Guess it makes sense the chapter was called Demon Child, Demon Birth, whatever. But Demon Infant, sorry. But I don't know. I just didn't expect an actual demon child to come out of her. But it did. Okay, next one. Armament. Armament. I don't even know what that is. But okay. Also, like, I cannot predict this series. Seriously. I'm like, it's been a month. They are arming up. Guts is going out to kill all the ghosts in the world, or demons or whatever. They have like a huge sword called the Dragon Slayer, but they don't give them to him. Very disappointed. I feel like we saw him with that later, but either way. And then Casca's naked again, because she's like, she burns herself and she doesn't do anything, so he rips her clothes off. And he tries to go close to her, and she's like, no. And she is like trapped down in the basement thingy because she can't go outside, because she's safe down there. Where if she goes outside, the evil will be attracted to her, and she cannot defend herself at this moment. She has turned. I feel bad for her. But either way. And then he's about to leave. He got like a sword, but not a huge sword. And then a demon thing, I think, shows up. And I assume Guts is gonna defend the people. Because, you know, the blacksmith dude gave him a sword, but not a big one, as I said. But yeah. Things are calming a bit more down. We're definitely closing in to like when this story started. And also he gets like the arm thingy he can shoot things out of. And I didn't realize all the way when I read the first one that it wasn't his arm. Like, I didn't realize he actually lost his arm. Like, I realized that now, but at the time I just thought it was like an armor. I didn't think, or like a glove. I didn't think like actually didn't have his arm anymore. But that's fine. It's just weird how you don't notice stuff until you notice stuff. I mean, I bet other people probably notice. I just didn't because I'm stupid. Okay, let's see this fight. Whew, I can breathe. It's all good. It's all fine. We did it. We caught off with a Black Swordsman arc. I'm so upset, but everything, it makes sense. I never thought that they would come to all of this after flashbacks. How many volumes have we had with flashbacks? I don't know, like, it's been... either way, the thing he attacks them, and the sword he got doesn't work because it's too tiny. So he like stumbles upon the big one, which works fine, and they're like, dang. And it opens a bit like he's a bit scary. Rickard says to Gus that he thinks he should stay and be with Casca because he didn't say goodbye to her and stuff. But he's just like, you gotta take care of her. I'm the leader of the raiders. I'm gonna go out and raid them while Casca's our captain. And like, the Band of the Hawk is not gone, we are still here. And that's how he starts out to go and kill them all, apparently. I don't know how Guts thinks that this is gonna... How does he think he's just gonna kill them all? But fine. Now he's out with his big sword and his rocket arm. And that was the chapter, by the way, he hunts dragons. I don't think I said. So, we're now going to Conviction Arc, Lost Children chapter, The Black Swordsman once more. Dang, I can't believe, like, I don't feel done, but I feel like I'm done, but I'm not done. I feel, but yeah, I guess we're not going to see everything again, but we are gonna be with a little fairy again. I've forgotten the name in this moment. It's been such a long time, especially since I used such a long time finally get to this. Okay. Okay. We had some people in the forest want to sacrifice a girl, and he saves her. He just comes out of the forest, and then he swings his sword around, and he saves her. I don't really know. And there was someone, like, in the beginning, where, like, riding a horse, and then seeing a lot of dead bodies and saying that the time has come. 2 years has passed. And I want to know what's going on with Casca and how she is. But I assume we're going to see her again. But I'm an impatient person. I want to know now. But yeah, I'm assuming he's going around killing, like, we know him. It just says it's been 2 years since the Blackstone appeared. So I'm starting the next one, which is called The Elves of Misty Valley. It's just the Conviction Arc Lost Children chapter every time, but I don't need to say that. But yeah, I assume we're going to go around and killing. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so we fought a bit more. Saved the kid. The fairy thing showed up. And I cannot remember the name. And it is bugging me. And now I need to go and check. Puck showed up. So I assume like this is like after whatever happened the last time we were in the first world. I don't know, like, I know there were battles and stuff, but I don't like specifically remember the ones. Wait, we did go into the gold hand for a bit, and I was so confused, and then we were out of there, but I don't remember what happened after that. And now we met some other fairies, and now we are in the next one, which is called Jill. I assume that's the little girl, because we're not at her village. So we saw fairies, but we didn't do anything with them. Maybe we're gonna get to know Jill a bit. She'll probably die. Let's go. Okay. So they arrive in Jill's home village. And then they get really upset. Because apparently elves are bad. And it says the Lost Children chapter. Does elves steal children? I don't know if there's anything connected with that. But yeah, Jill is really nice to them because he saved them. And her father is abusive, it seems like. If that is her father, I don't know. Maybe... It seems maybe like he is sexually abusing her. I'm not sure, but he tried to get into her room and it was creepy. Then she go down to give him some food because he's like hiding away. The villagers chased him away and he's sleeping. And that's kind of what happened. So I assume maybe we're going to get into more like the elf problem. Maybe, or maybe you're not. I don't know. Like, we're starting up a new story in a way. And I'm just like, I'm still upset of everything that's happened in the eclipse. I'm like, I'm not ready for this, but let's go. The next chapter is called By Ear, I think. Apparently I was right. The one chapter was called what? The Elves from the Misty Valley. It's like close by to Jill's village. And apparently it's like always been like really misty there. That's why it's called the Misty Valley. And the last few years people have been attacking the village and taking like their stock and etc. And I assume they were the elves because they're like this small creature. You can't really see them. They also come and eat their children, which is also called why it's called Lost Children arc maybe. Or Lost Children chapter is called. It's part of a chapter in the whole arc. Now they come into attack and we see them eat a dog and we see them eat a child, and it's nice, and then Gus come in and it's like, hey, they're not elves, but that's why they reacted so much to Puck, obviously. And now I assume he's going to go and investigate and kill them all and save the village. That's what I assume. But yeah, now we're going into like small cases with demons, kind of like in Swordsman, which is also like, but how is it going to end up? Because is that like the overarching plot for the whole thing? Because then like, I assume obviously more things is gonna happen, obviously. But is it gonna be like small going around going after demons for like that many volumes? Because I doubt that is the case. Because like obviously a lot of things have happened. I know we're gonna do that probably for a while. But like what will happen after that? Like what, like it's obviously it's still gonna happen stuff because there's many more volumes. I'm just curious in my mind like how it's gonna like come together, because obviously I don't know. Because I know it's not going to be exactly what I expect. So I'm just like, dang. I'm excited but also scared. Okay, let's kill these small insects. The next chapter is literally called Elf Bugs. So let's kill these bugs. Okay, so we killed some of the elves. They were not elves. They were like just dressing up as them or something. They were really demons or whatever. I used a little child as bait, and they had a really run around, and then they exploded a lot of them. But then, when that chapter would ended, we're going to the Berserk, the Prototype. So this is apparently the story that Kentaro Miura submitted in college in 1988 that became Berserk. It's not like canon, but it's just what it started out loud. I guess like kind of a draft. And he has like an eye patch and everything. And it's like a whole thing, like it's many pages, and I guess I gotta read it now because it's in here. I didn't know that was a thing even. And they say they decided to print it now that the Band of the Hawk story arc has concluded. Has it concluded? I mean, we still connected to that story. Yeah, gotta see Casca again, that's what I want. But yeah, so I guess I'm gonna read Berserk, the Prototype Now, she's still really cool. But oh my god, Guts looks a bit different and it's weird. But I guess it's gonna be like a whole thing. Oh my god, I can kind of see like the art style being kind of different than a religious series. Like, obviously it's the same, but like, dang, it's weird. Either way, I guess I'm gonna read that now. So, feedback on that soon. Okay, because the prototype wasn't as long as I thought it would be. But it was basically just him going out with his sword, saving a girl, and then they were just like, can you kill this lord that takes all these girls? And he was like, no, and then he went and killed the lord anyway, and he was like a monster, and then he swung his sword, and it looked a bit different, but it's still the same, and Puck was there, and yeah, it was kind of nice. Either way, that was Berserk Prototype. We're now going into Berserk Volume 15. Still a Conviction arc, lost another chapter, which is us every time. And now we're meeting the elves, it seems like. The first one being called Queen. So as we're meeting the elf queen of... Not the elf queen. The queen of the small bug things that are not elves. I don't even know. Let's see what happens. Okay. So, next chapter was called Queen. And they talked to like the little queen elf fairy thingy. So it was now an elf and we fought for demons. Turns out they were the children they had taken all along. And they knew like the queen. Because like they had known her as a child. And then all the people he had killed inside like that explosion had urged her back into children. So they're all like a bunch of children skeletons in there now. Very nice, very cozy. And he's like, shit, that was a plot twist I didn't see coming. Again, it does this to me all the time. But yeah, next chapter, Elf Fire. How nice, to be honest. What is happening? So Guts uses the girl jail to get out. Like he threatens her with a knife to get out. And then he just lets her go. And she's like, I'm going to come with you. I know you're going after the other elf people that are not people. Elf children thingy, whatever we're calling them. And he's like, no. And then he gets mad at Puck because Puck tries to heal him. And he throws Puck away because Guts was poisoned as well as like hurt. And then he sits down. It's just, he's a snake. And then a monster comes out of the fire and it says, it was you. You dragged him here. But who was you? It looks like a little fetus. Is that his child? Probably not. I don't know. That's what's going on. Next chapter is called Eyed Peekaf. Is Peekaf the name of his job? I don't know. I'm gonna stop. But yeah, we see Jill and Puck trying to catch up. Everything's going fine. It's a great time. Okay, so out of the fire, Guts was sitting by. A lot of the elf children came out like on fire and attacked him. And then the girl Jill catches up to him and then he protects her and they like fall down a cliff thing, but he's fine because he got elf dots from Puck, yay. And then we get a story of Eyed Peekaf, who's just like a child who looked different. He had like red eyes and like pointy ears, and it turned out like his parents had used elf magic to save him, to ask the elf to save him, and that's why he looked different. And then he went home to his parents to say like he loved them, because he found out this from the elves. But then because he had been in a fortress long, it had been like 100 years and like his parents were gone, so it was really sad. And apparently Fran, that is the queen, the friend of Jill, what was her name again? Racine, that is the queen. Love that story as well. And now she's also gonna, it seems like, to tell the story about them being friends. So yeah, the next chapter is called The Recollected Girl, so we shall see. But yeah, it's a bit sad. But I feel much calmer now than under the clips. That was stressful. Okay, so Jill told the story of Racine, who wasn't home that much because her parents fought. And then she always seemed to want a different life. So apparently she had a Bellhild and had to sacrifice her parents to become like this elf creature thingy. And I guess it's like, I'm going to go and kill her. And Jill is sad. And then Racine appears to Jill and seems to hug her. Yeah, that's what's going on. So she became this creature thing. Didn't sacrifice all of Ben of the Hog to become a demon king though. But yeah, that's what's happening. Next chapter is the world of wing things. Let's go. Okay, so Racine grabs Jill. They're gonna fly away. Guts tries to stop this but can't. Seems like he was holding back, but he claims to don't caring if he killed Jill too. And Puck gets a bit mad at him. But it seems like he was holding back. And then Racine tells Jill that they can fly like this because they look at the beautiful valley or whatever when they're flying. She can also see this all the time if she becomes one of them. That's it. Now Guardians chapter 1. Sorry, like, I know I'm not talking that much about each chapter anymore, but it's like, I want to go on with the story because it's like so little happens in each one because there's many of them. So, yeah. But obviously still enjoying it a lot. I want to know what happens. Guardians part 1 was just Jill saying that wonder if Guts would make it to the valley because there's guardians there. That's why it's called Guardians. And then some of the people that died that tried to kill Jill earlier have become like demons now and try to kill Guts, and he fights them. So that's the thing. And he's still fighting them. So now it's I think Guardians Part 2. Yes, Guardians Chapter 2. So soon we're just gonna fight more Guardians and see if we get to the valley, which I hope we will. Guts fights more Guardians, and Puck finds the Misty Valley because he's separated from him, and he's like, I'm never gonna have anything to do with Guts again. And then he also wonders about like what happened between him and Griffith, that they saw the other world. But either way, he seems to go in there. He's probably gonna get himself in trouble again, and Guts is fighting. The next chapter is called Pursuers. It seems to be like the villagers getting ready to pursue them, maybe. I don't even know. And they're digging a mass grave for all the burnt children. How very nice. Okay, let's go. Okay, so Pursuers turned out to be the armor people we saw all the way in the beginning when we went into the new arc. And her name is Farnese. I don't know how to say her name. And she is the leader of the Holy Iron Chain Knights. And they are after Black Swordsman, aka Guts. They believe maybe he's behind all of this stuff. Because every time there's a lot of destruction and shit, he's there. Just because he's stopping it. But maybe they think he's behind it. I don't know. So they are pursuing him. And they talk to the main priest of the village. And then we also have Guts still fighting the Guardians. He's fighting two creatures at once. I can't fight them at the same time. He realized that he needs to kill them at the same time. So I attacks one with his sword, another one with his gun arm. And he seems to be winning. So yeah, that will be an interesting conflict with the Knights thingies. Now we are in the Misty Valley, Chapter 1. So maybe we will finally get to this valley. And there's very little left now. So we probably get to the valley and in the middle, as per usual. Because that's how volumes are split up. Yay. Very short chapter. So we just had Guts still fighting. Or he's done fighting. Sorry. He's done fighting. We see him bloody. He's hurt. And then, well, when I say not hurt. And then we have Puck who arrived at Mr. Valley. He thinks it's peaceful. And it's just oh my god, how nice it is here. And then you see all the little elves. There's so many of them. How many children have they taken? That village should be depleted of children. Because there's so many. But either way. And then she gives food to Jill. And she's like, oh, it's so cute hair. Yeah, that's what happened. And now we have the Misty Valley Chapter 2. Yay. I was just about to be I understand why Jill might want to be an elf. They look very happy and we're playing. And she considered becoming an elf because she doesn't want to go back home because her father is indeed sexually abusing her. And she's mad at her mother for not doing anything. And she almost hurts Puck a bit. And then they see them playing. They're playing a war all the other small elves. They're going to play. And they're just oh, how cute. And then they all just literally murder each other. They're actually murder each other with spears. And they're ha ha ha. And then one of them gets raped. And they're just what the fuck. And then they run. Puck and her, because Puck caught up to her if I didn't say. Because she's no. And then I assume they're going to pursue her. Because no to that. That was terrifying. I was literally thinking oh, how sweet. No. But yeah, next chapter is called Cocoons. And when I turn the page, there's literally a bunch of cocoons there. Disgusting. I don't know what's going on. But every time I think it can't get worse, it gets worse. Why? Cocoons was the last chapter. So apparently that's where they're all being born. But they all turn into children as well. So I'm a bit confused how they can still be human children if they're born into those cocoons. But I guess she takes the children from the villages and put them in the cocoons and then they get reborn as elves. How does she have so many? I don't get it. But yeah, Jill is about to be transferred to becoming one. But then Puck is no. And then suddenly other cocoons starts burning. Guts is there. And it's ah. And then I assume they're going to fight because they start attacking him. And then Jill is oh my god. And then she says, the last thing she says here is, why for an instant swaying inside a blaze, he was the one who looked more like a terrifying monster to me. Then she means Guts. And that's how the volume ends. So I assume we're going to wrap up this arc pretty early in the next one. It lasted much longer than I thought it would. But I guess so did the other fighting arcs in the beginning. After the high of the eclipse, I don't know. I feel I feel I'm a bit calmer now. Because I know Guts is not in an immediate danger. We know nothing is going to happen to him now. Because we have so many volumes. And I know he's I knew he was safe in the golden age as well, but the emotional scars, now he's on the path, and while he's being affected by everything around him, I feel more safe, I do wonder what Casca's doing and when they're gonna see each other again, and when he will see Griffith again, if what will happen, will Guts end up killing Griffith? That is the question, because I don't think Griffith is gonna just go around like this demon king forever. I assume. Or will they be locked into the other dimension thing forever and like separate the worlds again? I don't know. Or will Casca be the one to kill Gerhith? That is the question. Calmer. Feel better. Quite shocked of all the things that happened. Didn't think, most people probably assumed that Casca was dead. Because like that is the most natural thing. But she's just locked in a orc dungeon. Or is she? Who knows? I'm enjoying the story so much. It literally keeps surprising. Like, even in this tiny, like, you know, elf story, I didn't expect it to be, like, plotted like that. The elves were really the children, etc. There's always something added to, like, typical things you see before, but there's always something added. And I love that. I love it so much. I love the art. I love Guts. He's stupid, but I love him. Like, he's just so extra. It is kind of stupid. I am just gonna keep reading them and be happy. Inside, we can pretend I'm happy inside, but really I'm depressed. Okay, so I don't know when I'm reading the next volume. I want to read them all the time. Every time I read one, I want to read one instantly, but obviously I'm not going to read it instantly. But yeah, that was that video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a fairy emoji down below if you enjoyed this, and you should see me soon for more suffering in Berserk soon, or other videos. Bye.